People often come to Oxygen Financial uncertain of what to do with their 401k when they leave their old employer. Here are 4 of the biggest mistakes that we see when considering what to do with your old 401k. First is closing your retirement account and taking a check made payable directly to you. This is really a bad idea. It truly defeats the purpose of having dollars earmarked for your retirement. The real problem is people don't think about what the consequences are of getting that check. If you're under 59 and a half years old, you're going to pay a 10% early distribution penalty. And then on top of that, the distribution is considered ordinary income. So depending on what your tax bracket you're in that calendar year, you could lose 30 or 40% of your account value just between the taxes and the penalty. Now another big problem is doing nothing at all. Many people are unaware of how a direct transfer between a 401k and an IRA works. Since it's a very intimidating process, most people just choose the path of least resistance and leave it at their old employer plan. The problem with this is most old employer plans have limited investment choices. Unlike the IRA, where you have all kinds of different market options, with your employer plan, you're limited to just the choices that they give you. This doesn't allow you to really truly take control of your overall retirement picture. And the paperwork, if done correctly, can be a very easy process to transfer from a 401k to an IRA. A third big mistake is the net unrealized appreciation. This is one that most people are not even aware of. Some people who work for companies where they are allowed to buy company stock inside their retirement plan. And when they leave their employer, there's a crucial tax management decision on what you should do with that company stock. In essence, you have an opportunity to pay ordinary income tax on the cost basis of the company stock, but pay capital gains tax on the growth. If the election is done successfully, you could save tons of tax dollars by doing this. Now, once you roll over your 401k to an IRA, this option goes away. So you really need to look at it before you do anything. People who've worked for a long time at one employer can find themselves with a sizable amount of company stock and often do not realize the implication of missing out on that net unrealized appreciation rule. The last biggest mistake that we see is doing the leave it in the set it and forget it strategy. Now, since most 401k plans want to make it very easy, they've started packaging these mutual funds that are target or lifestyle retirement funds. And they typically have a title like Target 2035 because that's the year you're going to most likely retire. The idea of these vehicles is that the fund company will do all the work and adjust the asset allocation until you get to retirement. And we believe that this is one of the biggest mistakes you can make with your old 401k. In fact, it's even worse if you just leave your current mix alone in your 401k and never revisit it on a year-over-year basis. The 401k plan is an important leg to your overall retirement stool, and you really should be visiting it every year to make sure it's balanced properly. Knowing how to avoid these mistakes and make good financial decisions can make the difference between working for a long period of time and an early retirement. And you have a marvelous Monday.